The saying is it's lonely at the top, but that's garbage, and I'm going to tell you why. Hello, friend. How do we actually have close friends as a leader? I'm going to tell you how in this video, but first I just want to talk about why it feels lonely at the top. See, I think often as a leader, we're not aware of power dynamics. And that is, if you're leading people, you're above them. Doesn't mean you're more than. We all have equal value. But you're above them in a leadership position. There's a dynamic there between senior leader and lower leader. If there's people above you, do you feel that? There's a tension there. I'll give you an illustration from my own life. I was partners with my parents in business for years. We bought a business together in 2004, my first one, and it was exciting. And it worked very well to have partners. And there was a power dynamic. They're my parents. I'm a young leader trying to mark my own path with other leaders that have been doing it for years, who at one time changed my diaper. And I didn't acknowledge this power dynamic in the beginning. They weren't doing anything wrong in who they were. I wasn't doing anything wrong in who I was. Well, we both did wrong things, but there was still a power dynamic. No matter how much I rise as a leader, them changing my diapers still happened. Heck, I wouldn't be here today if they didn't feed me, if they didn't prepare meals. They watched every failure growing up and success and know me very well, my strengths and weaknesses. There's beauty in that and a power dynamic. It is not something that we need to rise against to get rid of the power dynamic. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be aware of it. It is confusing. You know, there was a story I've heard a while back where it was talking about this guy that ran a business with his son. And he said, "Hey son, I'm going to put on my business hat." And he fired his son. And then later he said, "Oh, now I'm going to put on my dad hat. I heard you got fired. Are you doing okay?" You know, great story. And yes, we need to wear hats in different environments. But also a foolish story. The man's still his dad, no matter what. No matter how much we try to compartmentalize in our Western culture, reality is still there. Let's play that whole story out for a second, because I've heard leaders talk about it in a leadership principle. So if you're a jerk to someone in business, then it doesn't carry over to the rest of your life. No. The power dynamics stay. Be aware of them. They're affecting your relationships. And because of that, I do recommend you have relationships outside of those you lead. There was a young man that worked for me for years. Phenomenal young man. When he started working for me, he was 19 years old, and I got to mentor him, and we would even go on runs together. And it was really cool because there was a man that changed my life through running, and now I was getting able to do it again. Such a cool thing. This guy just visited me recently, and now he's a business owner and he owns multiple businesses. But he's also in this place where he's lonely, doesn't have friendships. I find this happens all the time to leaders. So I just was honest with him. You can't afford not to make the time for friendships. And I'm telling you, you can't afford not to take the time. He quoted something that I've quoted when I was a younger leader, and it was terrible. Please don't say this. I don't have time. I'll do it when life slows down. 42, I'm still waiting for life to slow down. My dad turned 70 this next year. He tells me he's still waiting for life to slow down. It doesn't. We only have time if we make the time. See, I meet with a few different groups of friends throughout the week. Tuesday morning, I meet with a couple guys. 8 a.m. It's an appointment. 8 to 9, an appointment. It never ends at 9, by the way. Usually goes to 9:30. Because friendship does that. We start sharing life together. And is there weeks that it's a pain? Yeah, I got things to do. Is it worth it? Yeah. because the people matter more than the things. See, we can get this skewed with leadership because here's the thing that you're leading, you care about massively. Like, I'm leading my family. I care about them massively, right? I have businesses. I care about them massively. I'm thinking about them all the time. I have trouble turning it off. And if I don't make appointments with other people, I will die lonely. You will die lonely if you don't make appointments and schedule it. Relationships that last only happen with consistency and intimacy. See, we need this consistent to build the relationship. Like the guys I meet with Tuesday morning, we've been doing it for years. I know them more, they know me more. They can tell when I come in spun up. They can tell when argumentative Zach has entered the room. They can speak into my blind spots because the time has been put in. And because of that, it's no longer lonely at the top. The third thing we need is people going the same direction as us. I'm a follower of Christ. I have non-Christian friends. My super intimate friendship are people that are also Christians. People that share my values. People that are trying to grow in areas I'm growing with. You need people to go in the same direction. Are you having leadership challenges? Yes. That's the answer. Can you meet with other leaders that are also having leadership challenges that can challenge you in that direction? Are you struggling with addiction? Many leaders do. Can you meet with others that are working on that very thing? If you're married, are you meeting with other married people? This isn't that we exclude others that aren't in our same area, but people going in the same direction and growing together. There's just something awesome about it. They're going to remind you when you forget of what truly matters. See, because I'm a Christian, because I believe the Bible is 100% true, because I've built my life on that, the guys I meet with can point out when I'm not following what I say I believe. If they weren't going the same direction as me, if they thought my belief system's garbage, and I'm telling them I'm about to do something that would be against what the Bible says, and they're like, oh yeah, go do that. That is not a profitable relationship. Number 4, authenticity. Having regular meetings with people to form friendships is great. People going the same direction, awesome. And without authenticity, it's kind of meaningless. If we aren't sharing who we are, we can't be close. See, I think when we are hiding things, when we are holding back, when we are not sharing who we are, no matter how much someone loves us, it feels fake. It feels phony because we know deep down inside they're loving what we're presenting, not who we are. A great truth of relationship is it can only be as close as you let them in. You can't have close relationships when you're putting on a show all the time. You can have fun together, but it won't be close. And when you're alone and it's all quiet, that's what you feel, is lonely. And in my own life, I know it's true because for years I was alone because I wasn't being authentic. And if you want to learn more about that, watch this video right here.